Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fiverr. If you're new here, this is where we break down the art and science of marketing with our hosts, Liv and Max. They will help you understand marketing better, explore fresh strategies, and most importantly, drive higher conversions. So whether you're a seasoned pro, or even if you're just getting started, you're at the right place.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be looking at conversion rate optimization, or CRO.
Right.
And we're going to be looking at excerpts from, let me pull it up here.
Okay.
It's called Fiverr AI, The Benefits of Conversion Rate Optimization, Why CRO Matters for Business Growth, 1.pdf.
Okay.
And I think this is going to be a fascinating deep dive into the power of CRO.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. We already know that CRO is basically about turning visitors into customers, right? But I think what's really interesting about this source is, did you know that some companies are achieving conversion rates of over 10%?
That's wild.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to explore how they're doing it.
Yeah.
And what lessons we can learn.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So I think what I found really interesting is that we often place so much emphasis on driving traffic to a website. But then once those visitors arrive, we neglect the actual experience that they're having.
It's true. It's almost like, spending a fortune on this really, really lavish banquet hall.
Yeah.
But then serving like instant noodles,
Huh. I love that.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy.
Okay.
Okay, so let's jump right into the benefits that the source is talking about here. One of the things that I was really struck by is just how a small increase in your conversion rate can drastically impact your revenue.
Absolutely. And they actually give a really good example to illustrate this point.
Okay.
So they talk about a website that gets 50,000 visits a month.
Okay.
And with a 1% conversion rate, they generate $450,000 annually.
Okay.
But simply by increasing that conversion rate to just 2%, the revenue doubles to $900,000.
Wow.
And I think it really demonstrates the power of maximizing that existing traffic.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like making your marketing dollars work harder.
Right.
It's really powerful.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not all about the revenue, though, right?
No, not at all. In fact, the source also talks about how CRO can enhance the user experience. And they actually even cite a study by Forrester Research
Okay.
that showed that a positive user experience can lead to up to, get this, a 400% conversion boost.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, it's huge.
So, yeah.
Okay, so how do we do that? Like, what are some examples of that?
So, it's all about making sure that when visitors are on your website, they enjoy being there. And when they enjoy being there, they're far more likely to, stay engaged and ultimately convert, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It reminds me of this story about Amazon, where they made a seemingly minor change to their checkout button.
Okay.
They just replaced the word register with continue.
Okay.
And it addressed, this very common user pain point, which is that people just didn't want to create an account.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't want to go through that whole process. And this simple tweak resulted in an astounding $300 million in additional sales.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
So, yeah, even small changes, right, can have this massive impact.
Yeah.
But it's really about understanding, what those pain points are.
Yeah.
And addressing them.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of user behavior,
Right.
The source also highlights how CRO can reduce customer acquisition costs.
Yes, absolutely. Customer acquisition costs, or CAC, it can really eat into a business's bottom line.
Right.
And by optimizing your website and your marketing efforts to convert a higher percentage of visitors, you essentially lower your CAC without increasing spending, right? It's all about efficiency.
Yeah.
The source actually uses a good example of this.
Oh, okay.
They talk about Netflix's strategy in India, where they lowered their subscription price to attract more customers and ultimately reduce CAC.
Okay.
And this resulted in a 30% year-over-year growth in engagement.
Wow.
So it just, demonstrates how even these industry giants are prioritizing, optimizing CAC to drive growth.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, it's a key takeaway.
Okay, so one of the things that I found really compelling about CRO is that it's based on data.
Yes. It's not about guessing or following trends blindly. It's about making informed decisions
Yeah.
based on actual user behavior.
Yeah.
So, it empowers businesses to really see what works and what doesn't.
Right.
The source gives an example of Walmart Canada
Yeah.
that optimized its mobile site based on data analysis.
Okay.
And the results were phenomenal. They saw a 20% conversion boost
Wow.
and a nearly 100% increase in mobile orders.
That's incredible.
It's really powerful, how data can reveal these insights.
Yeah, definitely.
About, user preferences and pain points.
Yeah.
And that allows businesses to really refine their strategies and get optimal results.
So data is really key. Okay, so beyond all of these sort of like tangible benefits,
Right.
the force also talks about how CRO is important for strengthening brand credibility and building trust.
Yeah, that's huge.
Right. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. In today's digital landscape, trust is absolutely paramount.
Yeah.
Visitors need to feel confident that your business is, legitimate, secure, reliable before they're going to share their personal information or make a purchase, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is where CRO really plays a crucial role.
Okay.
Because it's about ensuring a transparent and seamless user experience that fosters that trust.
Right.
It's not just about displaying trust badges or testimonials, although those can be helpful.
Yeah.
It's really about creating that sense of security and transparency throughout the entire customer journey.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, I actually, the example that they use about Airbnb is fascinating.
Oh, okay.
Airbnb realized that by using high quality HD images, they led to better conversions.
Okay.
Because people could really see what they were getting. Yeah. And it created this sense of trust.
Yeah.
And you know what? It actually led to a 200% increase in conversion rates.
Wow. So even those small details, right, can really make a difference.
Absolutely. It's about, paying attention to those details and making sure that the user experience is top notch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So finally, the source really emphasizes how CRO can provide you with a competitive advantage.
Yes. In today's digital marketplace, standing out from the competition is essential for survival.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And so CRO really helps businesses achieve that by continuously optimizing their online presence and staying ahead of the curve.
Got it.
Right? It's about, adapting and innovating and really, making sure that your business is at the forefront.
Yeah, I like that.
So they give a really great example of Shopify's checkout process. It's called Shop Pay.
Okay.
And it actually outperforms competitors by a significant margin.
Wow.
And in some cases, they've seen conversion boost of up to 50%.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's really powerful stuff. And it really is a testament to the power of ongoing optimization, right?
Yeah.
And gaining that competitive edge.
So Shop Pay is like their version of like Apple Pay or something.
Exactly. It's like their own in-house payment system.
Okay, I see.
That streamlines that checkout process, which, as we've talked about, is super important.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's a really good case study for how CRO can translate to real, tangible business results.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've discussed a lot here. We've discussed all these benefits of CRO. We've talked about increased revenue, improved user experience, reduced costs, enhanced brand credibility. But I think the big question here is, why is CRO even more critical today than it was before?
That's a great question. The digital world has evolved dramatically in recent years, and it's made CRO not just a good practice, but a necessity. It's essential for survival in this digital age. The rules of the game have changed.
Yeah.
And businesses really need to adapt if they want to thrive.
Okay, so what do you mean by the rules of the game have changed?
Well, there are a lot of factors at play here.
Okay.
But the source really highlights 3 key areas that I think are worth exploring.
Okay.
The rise of AI, information overload, and the growing influence of social media.
Okay, those are all big topics.
They are, but they're all interconnected, and they're all shaping the future of CRO.
So how do we even begin to address these challenges?
Well, I think the first step is understanding them. Let's dive into each of these areas and see how they're impacting the digital landscape and what it means for businesses that want to stay ahead of the curve.
Great, it sounds like a great place to start. So let's jump into the world of AI and see how it's changing the game for CRO. Okay, so let's jump into AI.
Yeah.
How is it changing the game for CRO?
Well, AI is, rapidly changing the way we interact with technology, and I think its impact on marketing and CRO is just undeniable.
Yeah.
Think about all the personalized experiences that we encounter online,
Right.
from chatbots that provide instant support to those algorithms that tailor content recommendations just for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, AI is really making the online world more engaging and personalized.
Yeah.
And businesses really need to adapt their CRO strategies accordingly.
Okay. So are you saying that AI is raising the bar for user expectations?
Absolutely. Websites that don't use AI risk feeling static and impersonal compared to those that offer these AI-driven personalized experiences.
Right.
It's all about creating those wow moments for users, anticipating their needs, and delivering these tailored experiences.
Yeah, that makes me think about like when I'm shopping online,
Right.
and the website will suggest products to me that I didn't even know I needed,
Exactly.
but somehow they're spot on.
It's incredible, right? It's like they're reading our minds.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little creepy, but it's also kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. But it's because AI can analyze those browsing patterns, past purchases and all this other data to make predictions about what a user might be interested in. It's about exceeding expectations.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So AI isn't the only challenge, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
The source also talks about information overload.
Right.
Which seems very relevant today.
Extremely relevant.
Right.
We are bombarded with messages from every direction, and our attention spans are definitely shrinking. So capturing and retaining a user's attention is, crucial.
Yeah, it's like trying to have a conversation at a rock concert.
Yeah.
You really have to make your message stand out to be heard.
Exactly. You got to cut through that noise.
Yeah.
CRO in this context is about delivering a really clear, concise message that resonates.
So your website doesn't just add to the noise.
Exactly.
It offers a valuable, engaging experience.
Right. It has to be valuable, it has to be engaging.
Okay.
Think about it. You only have a few seconds to make a good first impression.
Yeah.
And convince a visitor to stay on your website.
That's true.
And CRO is about optimizing every single element. The design, the content, the functionality.
To make those seconds count.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes me think about website loading speeds.
Oh, yeah.
If a page takes too long to load, I'm gone.
You're out of there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's a great point because page speed is a critical factor in CRO.
Yeah.
Users expect instant gratification.
Right.
Every millisecond counts. Even a slight delay can impact those bounce rates.
Right.
And ultimately, conversions.
It's about respecting the user's time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And delivering a seamless experience.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of user behavior, the source also talks about social media.
Yeah.
And its influence on purchasing decisions.
Social media is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it plays a massive role in shaping consumer behavior these days.
Right.
People turn to platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for product reviews, recommendations, inspiration.
Totally.
I mean, optimizing your social media presence for conversions is just as important as optimizing your website.
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows?
I find myself doing more and more research on social media before I make a purchase.
Oh, me too.
I actually just bought a new coffee machine based solely on reviews I saw on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching all these videos and reading the comments, and I was like, okay, I got to have this.
That's amazing. It really shows how social media is, blurring the lines between content and commerce.
Right.
And it highlights the need for businesses to have a really good CRO strategy across all platforms.
So like an omni-channel experience.
Exactly. Imagine this. Someone discovers your product on Instagram, clicks a link, and lands on the exact product page on your website.
That's awesome.
That's a well-executed CRO strategy.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, it definitely requires, careful planning and execution.
Yeah.
But the rewards are huge.
Right.
Businesses that can effectively integrate social media into their CRO strategy can see a huge boost in brand awareness, engagement, and ultimately conversions.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it's about meeting your audience where they are and guiding them toward the desired action.
It's not just about driving traffic from social media to your website, though, right?
No, you're exactly right.
Okay.
You also need to optimize your social media content to encourage conversions directly within the platform.
So things like shoppable posts.
Yes. And in-app checkout features.
Okay.
Features that let users complete a purchase without ever leaving the platform.
That's super convenient.
Exactly. It's all about convenience.
Right.
It's about meeting users' needs in the moment.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So we've talked about AI,
Yes.
information overload, social media.
Correct.
All of these things are impacting the digital landscape.
Absolutely.
And they're making CRO more important than ever.
Huge.
What does this mean for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway is that CRO is no longer optional.
Right.
It is a must-have for businesses to thrive.
Yeah.
You know, the rules of the game have changed.
Right.
And businesses need to adapt.
It's not about resting on your laurels.
No, not at all. It's about constantly evolving and refining your approach.
Okay.
Embracing new technologies, understanding user behavior, and creating seamless experiences across all touch points.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with, but it's essential.
So CRO gives us the tools to navigate these changes.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's about staying ahead of the curve, adapting to evolving consumer expectations, and always striving to create the best possible user experience. It's a continuous journey of learning, testing, and optimizing.
Okay, so the source we've been discussing is really focusing on CRO for websites.
Right.
But I'm wondering, can these principles be applied to other areas of business?
That's a really fascinating question, and it speaks to the broader applicability of these principles.
Yeah.
You know, while the source focuses on websites, the core concepts of understanding user behavior, optimizing for conversions, using data,
Right.
those can be applied to virtually any area where you're trying to encourage a specific action.
So it's a broader mindset.
Exactly. It's not just about websites.
Right.
Think about social media posts, email marketing campaigns,
Yeah.
even in-person interactions.
Okay.
How can you optimize those things
Really?
to achieve your desired outcomes?
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it expands the concept of CRO
Yeah.
beyond the digital world.
Okay, so whether you're trying to increase website conversions or get more engagement on social media or even convince your friend to try a new restaurant,
Exactly.
the principles of CRO can be valuable.
Absolutely. It's a framework for achieving success
Okay.
by understanding and influencing human behavior.
Cool. Okay, that's a great way to sum it up.
Yeah.
So as you go about your day, think about the different ways that you can apply these principles of CRO
Perfect.
to achieve your goals.
And remember, even small changes can make a big impact.
Okay, well, we've reached the end of our deep dive into conversion rate optimization.
We have.
We hope you surfaced with some valuable insights
Absolutely.
and a new appreciation for the power of CRO.
If you're feeling inspired to dive deeper, check out the resources mentioned in our show notes.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep optimizing. You know, it's interesting. We talk about CRO in terms of metrics and numbers,
Right.
but it's really a human thing.
It is, yeah. It's about understanding what makes people tick.
Yeah.
You know, what are their motivations, their desires, their pain points. It's about crafting experiences that resonate, that connect.
It's like solving a puzzle,
Okay.
but the pieces are human emotions and behaviors.
I like that, yeah.
The better we understand those pieces,
Right.
the better we can put them together to create a compelling picture.
Absolutely. And it really is a blend of art and science.
Yeah, for sure.
You need the data, but you also need creativity and empathy
Right.
and a deep understanding of psychology.
It's about connecting,
Yeah.
building trust,
Right.
creating experiences that make people feel valued.
Exactly. And when you achieve that genuine connection,
Yeah,
the conversions will follow.
that makes sense.
It's a win-win.
Right.
The business wins. The customer wins.
This has been really insightful.
It has.
It's amazing how CRO can apply to so much more than just websites.
Absolutely.
It's a framework for thinking about optimization in all areas of life.
It really is. You know, whether
Yeah.
you're a business owner or just someone who wants to improve their communication skills,
Right.
these principles can be incredibly valuable.
So it's about understanding your audience,
Yes.
crafting your message, refining your approach.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. There's always something new to learn.
Always testing, always optimizing.
Exactly.
It's about growth.
It is.
Well, we encourage you to keep exploring the world of CRO
Absolutely.
and see how it can help you achieve your goals.
In all areas of your life.
We hope this deep dive has been valuable.
We do.
Until next time, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep optimizing.
Thanks for tuning in. That's it for this episode of Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fiverr. I hope you are leaving with fresh ideas and strategies to take your marketing and your conversions to the next level. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening. Until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.